Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, the battle is certainly underway, man. I love it. I absolutely love it. WrestleVotes is reporting today, February 5th, 2019. Seems like the first real shot has been fired. Sources say AEW has made an outstanding offer to a current big-time WWE superstar. An offer that is almost too good to turn down. Things are really about to get interesting. I wonder who that could be. Is AEW about to get phenomenal? Is AEW about to experience strong style? Oh, man, I love it, man. For all you fucking WWE marks out there, I'm one of them, but at least I'm a realist. For all the fucking idiots out there that want to say, oh, JD, AEW is nothing but a glorified t-shirt company, man. Oh, yeah, it's about to get fucking serious, man. I can't wait. After the abomination that was Monday Night Raw last night, how could anyone give this show an up? Double J, Jeff Jarrett, and the Road Dogg, an overweight Road Dogg, wearing a Portland Trailblazers jersey, shucking and diving on fucking Monday Night Raw. Yet AEW, nobody wants to see AEW get into the wrestling game and get a TV deal. They're salty over AEW. And anybody that talks about AEW, oh, you just want a job with Cody. Why don't you get Kenny Omega's dick out of your mouth? Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, man. This is a real thing. The AEW effect is a real thing. I don't know why. I don't know why you people are neglecting this or being ignorant to the fact that the AEW effect is real. It's real and it's coming. I don't sit here and hype up something just for the sake of hyping it up. We need this. We need this now more than ever. Because WWE is not going to change. WWE will be better off when AEW has a TV deal and is on TV and is putting on shows, which I can't wait for, because this company right now is a sinking fucking ship. I got news on an AEW TV deal that right now Meltzer is reporting is the biggest non-WTV deal since WCW. Get ready, folks. It might not be a direct war, but war is going to be on for AEW and the WWE. We're going to go over all of this, plus Pentagon and Fenix offered contracts for AEW. Are they exclusive or not? We'll talk about it. Chris Jericho said that they were exclusive, but he also said, I want you to keep Pentagon and Fenix far away. Stay away from AEW. We're going to go over all that today right here on Off the Script Extra, man. A few things I want to go over. If you guys missed anything that I uploaded this past weekend, please make sure you guys go check out Off the Script. I also have the Monday Night Raw review up as well, where Becky Lynch got suspended by Stephanie McMahon and the WWE. They're playing off this knee injury angle, so make sure you guys go and check all that stuff out live on the channel. Off the Script, we documented Dean Ambrose. It is no longer a work after what we've seen on Monday Night Raw. Why Charlotte needs to stay away from the main event of WrestleMania. Kenny Omega's new home probably going to be confirmed on Thursday at the fan rally at the MGM Grand Pool in Las Vegas. Possible double or nothing main event. And the Dean Ambrose situation, like I said. I give you my thoughts on all of that as well. Plus, Brock Lesnar, he will be negotiating with AEW once his contract comes to an end in WWE following WrestleMania. So please go and check all that stuff out. Links will be in the annotation that you see in the top right corner of your screen. The new shirt is available. JD's Elite, now available on bonfire.com. Please make sure you guys go and get your t-shirt. Link will be in the description down below, and I would appreciate if you guys go and check out the new OTS merchandise, official merchandise on bonfire.com. JD's Elite now available. We've already sold close to 50, so thank you guys so very much for all your support on that. It will be available all month, so go and get yours today if you want it, right before we do our little meet and greets for WrestleMania week. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. I'm on Twitter and Instagram, folks, so make sure you guys are following me and finding me on Instagram and Twitter, respectively. Twitch, JD from New York. And if you guys want to support on the Patreon page, patreon.com/JD from NY206, man. Let's hit the news. I got a lot of news on AEW here, man. They're making an outstanding offer to a current WWE superstar. Now, WWE might not have anything to worry about, but AEW is on the radar, and sooner rather than later, WWE is going to have to do something about it. Previously, the company banned all Elite Wrestling shirts from the Royal Rumble and made fans hide AEW logos on clothing during access. I understand that. I really do. And the perception of it is WWE doesn't want their superstars doing fan access to be in a photograph wearing another company's, and in this case, All Elite Wrestling, direct competition's merchandise. They don't want to send off the wrong signal. So I can understand that. And they don't really want that mentality seeping into their superstars' head. Oh, look at this guy wearing an AEW is Jericho t-shirt. I understand that. WWE is trying to keep their, I don't know the word for it, but they don't want their superstars kind of mingling with people wearing AEW merchandise. It's an image thing, I'm sure, but I don't blame them for that at all. Now, wearing a shirt to the Royal Rumble, that's a completely different story. It's fucked up that you're going to go to a event that you're paying money for and they're willingly telling you to take off your shirt. Now, the dude at the Royal Rumble, you know, I honestly think it was a blatant thing. From what I seen, the guy had a AEW t-shirt on, and then he had this weird color shirt underneath. It's almost as if he did it on purpose. Like he purposely wanted to be on TV, and he knew he was going to be confronted by security to take the shirt off. But even then, whether he did it on purpose or not, it's still wrong. It's still wrong. And the Young Bucks actually made a statement because video of that was floating all over Twitter. And they said right out that if you're going to wear a WWE shirt or any wrestling shirt to one of our shows, we will never force you to remove your shirt. You can wear whatever you want to our shows. It does show you one thing, that WWE is definitely noticing, and they are definitely worried. And if you don't think that they're worried, you're an ignorant fucking idiot. Now, they want fans to hide AEW logos at Access, I understand. The Royal Rumble thing was a little bit differently, or wearing a shirt to their events is different. I don't like that at all. Now, the company has reportedly offered a big-time WWE superstar a huge deal. WrestleVotes, I showed you in the beginning, reports that the first shots have been fired in this pro wrestling war that is waging in the United States. Cody Rhodes said that he doesn't want a war with WWE. He just wants AEW to be an alternative. However, they need top-level talents to draw interest. Their roster right now, honestly, and I will talk about this once I talk about Pentagon and Fenix, their roster right now, with Pentagon and Fenix being on board, and Kenny Omega more than likely signing with AEW, better than Raw. Their roster is better than Raw. So if they're putting on a 2-hour show on Tuesday nights, and we are getting the same level of fucking quality that we're getting with Monday Night Raw right now, which show are you watching? Which quality of programming are you going to be flocking to during your wrestling week? They have a better roster than Monday Night Raw right now with the current AEW roster. And don't at me. Pentagon and Fenix are set to make the most money that they've ever imagined, setting out in this journey known as pro wrestling. And good for them. Because you know WWE wanted them. And look at where they ended up. Now, it seems like the first real shot has been fired. Sources say AEW has made an outstanding offer to a current big-time WWE superstar. An offer that is almost too good to turn down. Things are really about to get interesting. Now, whoever's in charge of the WrestleVotes account, I know people who know who they are. I will not reveal who. But he didn't reveal the name of this targeted WWE superstar. But AEW is obviously going hard after WWE superstars, as previously reported. There are a few names that we can think of that AEW might like to have in their company. Now, I can only think of two names, honestly. It was reported that Dolph Ziggler signed a new deal last year, or Meltzer mentioned that he signed a new multi-year deal last year. So Ziggler is the type of guy who plays the Chris Jericho card. He likes trolling people on social media. Is he with the WWE or is he not with the WWE? Is he leaving the WWE finally, which would be a career decision for him if he still wanted to do the pro wrestling thing? I wish he would leave the WWE because a guy like Dolph Ziggler has so much more to offer than WWE realizes. They don't respect a guy like Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler could be a top-of-the-line guy in AEW. Don't tell me you wouldn't want to see a Dolph Ziggler versus a Kenny Omega, or a Dolph Ziggler versus a Chris Jericho, or a Dolph Ziggler versus Cody, or a Dolph Ziggler versus a Pentagon. Don't tell me you wouldn't want to see any of those matches. Bullshit. Ziggler can deliver a 5-star classic with pretty much anybody. And imagine Ziggler outside of the WWE where he isn't handcuffed and he can do more a little bit creatively. Has a little bit more of that freedom in an AEW ring. So I don't think it's Dolph Ziggler. I hope it is. I hope he's one of the people that they're courting. But I don't think in this case it's Dolph Ziggler. Is it Dean Ambrose? Why would AEW need to make a blowaway offer to Dean Ambrose? Dean Ambrose has already stated that he's not signing with the WWE. He's either AEW or he's not. Where's he going to go? It's not Dean Ambrose, from what I can sense. It's only logic. Where else is he going to go? Dean Ambrose going to end up in New Japan? I doubt it. Dean Ambrose going to end up in Ring of Honor? I doubt it. If Ambrose is the guy, I would be shocked. It's not Ambrose. Ambrose has already stated that he's not leaving WWE. Oh, he's leaving WWE. He doesn't want anything to do with the WWE. He's not signing their contract. So, if he's walking away, he's free to do whatever he wants. Like I said, he's either AEW or he's just going to stay away from the business altogether and pull a CM Punk. And he's going to take some time for himself and then come back and do the wrestling thing again, which will probably be for AEW. So, if AEW wants Ambrose, they'll get Ambrose. So, it's either yes or no on that. It can only be two other people. Nakamura, Shinsuke Nakamura, his contract's up in March. They took the WWE United States Championship off of him again after giving him the title back at the Royal Rumble. They fucked this guy left and right, coming out of the feud with Jinder Mahal back in 2017. Last year, he was in the main event, or one of the main events for WrestleMania, which WWE completely fucked up on. And he never really was the same. You know, coincidentally, WWE showed the Sami Zayn Nakamura match at TakeOver Dallas when they were doing the hype up for Halftime Heat. They had this long block of greatest hits from NXT. That was coincidentally one of them. I put everything down that I was doing and I watched that. I watched the 25 minutes that match was, man. Absolutely fucking phenomenal match between Nakamura and Sami Zayn. You look at Nakamura there and you look at Nakamura now, two completely different people. It's as if he is just dead. He has no soul. Lifeless. Uninterested. Nakamura there, man. You've seen the energy that he brought to NXT. You look at him now, there's no doubt in my mind that this guy would want out of the WWE. There's no reason. And the funny thing with Nakamura is he uprooted his entire family from Japan to go and live in the United States. I believe his family lives in Florida. He got his family situated, driver's licenses, everything they need, new apartment, new place to live, getting used to the country, learning the language. Why would Nakamura uproot his entire family only to uproot them all again and move back home to Japan? It doesn't make any sense. So if Nakamura is the one, then I think Nakamura is pretty well on his way to making whatever types of money he can. He's the type of guy that AEW is going to throw money at. I don't know if it's going to be blow away money, but I've heard from people that WWE don't appreciate. They don't appreciate Nakamura. I don't think it would take all that big of a contract to lure away Nakamura. You give him time with his family. You give him equal or slightly greater pay than what WWE is going to offer him. And you give him, a schedule that is to his liking. And in my honest eyes, I don't think he would sit there and contemplate it at all. I think he would absolutely jump on the fact. Plus, he gets to stay in the United States. Plus, if you wanted him for a short stint in New Japan, and you give him that option to work AEW and then in New Japan too, if there's a working relationship with New Japan, why the fuck not? He could show up at Wrestle Kingdom. He can show up at the G1. He could do this. He could do Dominion. Big time feuds, big time matches over there. And he could still have his family, his time with his family, and live in the United States so he don't have to uproot his entire family back to Japan. I could absolutely see it being Nakamura. WWE doesn't appreciate Nakamura. The only way that they're going to offer, or the only reason why, rather, they're going to offer Nakamura all this types of money is to keep him away from AEW. But why would anyone take a WWE offer when it's really not even about the money anymore? How can anyone in that company look at the landscape of creative and be okay with it enough to take all this money and be unhappy with their career? That's the issue. That's the issue. I would never put myself in a position to take this money, no matter how great it is, and have a trade-off of being mediocre. I don't know anyone who wants to be fucking mediocre in the WWE. Nakamura could take the money from AEW and be a top legit guy in the company, and none of his livelihood would have to change. Nothing. I could absolutely see it being Nakamura. And he's a guy who needs a fresh scenery. He's a guy that they don't appreciate, and a change of environment would be better off for Nakamura. I guarantee you would see a completely different Nakamura than you see now. I hope it's Nakamura. Is it AJ Styles? He's the other one. Is All Elite Wrestling about to be phenomenal? I don't know. WWE, I can't see them letting AJ contemplate an AEW offer. I just can't do it. I can't see that happening. But if AEW has made an outstanding offer to AJ Styles, if AJ Styles is revealed to be the one, then WWE is going to have to pull out more money, and they're going to have to be a little bit more lenient with their offer to keep him and match whatever AEW is offering. Otherwise, you have a very good chance of losing AJ Styles. Now, I still stand my ground. I've said it once before, and I'm saying it again. I don't think AJ Styles is going anywhere. If AJ Styles goes to AEW, you'd think the cracks in the wall that Dean Ambrose is leaving upon his exit in WWE is something. You might have the fucking complete wall break down. You might have massive flooding that you won't be able to survive if AJ Styles leaves. AJ Styles leaves, you have a fucking issue on your hands that I don't think is repairable at all. AJ Styles is a lifer type of guy. He joined the WWE because he wanted a better quality of life for his family. He knew the money he could make. And it's something that he wanted on his resume. I want to main event WrestleMania. I want to be the WWE champion. Everybody wants to join the WWE for one reason or another. Whether it's main event WrestleMania, become the WWE champion. I did this in my career. Everybody has aspirations to do that. Now, I know for a fact that after everything that AJ Styles has done for the WWE, they look at him as a top fucking guy. You talk about top 3 in that company, AJ's at the top of the list. AJ's at the top of the list, whether you like AJ Styles or not. They know for a fact that they cannot let AJ Styles walk away. They do not want AJ Styles walking away at all. So, I honestly, it's a 50-50 with me right now, but I'm standing my ground. I don't think AJ Styles is going anywhere. And I think he will remain with the WWE. And if he does sign with WWE, it's going to be for the rest of his life. He's not going anywhere. AJ Styles is in his 40s right now, his early 40s. They're going to sign him to a 5-year deal. It's reported that WWE is signing people for 5-year deals because they want to lock everybody down. They don't want to worry about anybody defecting to All Elite Wrestling. So my guess, if I was to say, I'm going to say it's Nakamura. Nakamura doesn't need WWE anymore. I don't think WWE wants Nakamura. I think it's a mutual thing. I don't know why they wouldn't want Nakamura. It's them who fucked him up. It's them who fucked him up. And it all started with that loss to Jinder Mahal. Shinsuke Nakamura should be a WWE champion in WWE, and he should have been the one to go into WrestleMania as the WWE champion against AJ Styles. Styles should have won the Royal Rumble. I will never think anything otherwise. He should have never lost to Jinder Mahal. He lost to Jinder Mahal once at SummerSlam and then again at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view that year. You tell me that was a right creative decision? What the fuck did you do? Now look at Mahal. Was it worth it? Fucking ridiculous. All Elite Wrestling makes an outstanding offer. I honestly think it's to Shinsuke Nakamura. I just don't see AJ Styles leaving the WWE. All Elite Wrestling reportedly deciding between two major TV deals. Meltzer noted this on the Wrestling Observer Live, that not only did AEW have a meeting for a television deal this week, they were in Atlanta. They were at the Super Bowl. Tony Khan, Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks were all at the Super Bowl. They were in Atlanta. Atlanta is the home of Turner Broadcasting. What do we got going on over here, folks? Meltzer noted that the company is being set up for the best non-WWE Pro Wrestling TV deal since the days of WCW. He says, and I quote, AEW had a TV meeting yesterday, so that went really well. I heard there's still no deal signed, but I think everyone knows that there's going to be a very legit deal because there's two of them on the table. It's real money and it's real stations. It's the best non-WWE deal that any show has had since Nitro. The AEW effect, folks, it's real. Has anyone had a better deal since WCW? It's better than Spike. No one else has had a better TV deal, correct? Either one of the two they're coming down to is bigger than Spike in some ways. Prestige-wise, they're bigger than Spike by a long shot. When the deal is done, it's done. So we'll see what happens. All Elite Wrestling appears to be becoming more fleshed out in the public day by day, and WWE has certainly taken notice. As it's been reported, the WWE is scrambling to sign new talents. Like I mentioned, they have upped their contract offers to 5 years. Last week during SmackDown Live, or before SmackDown Live, they were talking to everyone and sitting everyone down who had a deal expiring or that they felt could be, in fact, headed to AEW when their contracts were expiring, and they sat everyone down to hopefully gauge them wanting to sign new deals for longer term. According to PW Insider, meetings were held backstage at SmackDown Live, like I mentioned, to address the contract situations with many of their superstars, more specifically wrestlers whose contracts are coming up in the next year or two. They all had private meetings with management backstage. This was to discuss signing long-term deals. The names of said talents are again not available at the present time, but one of the biggest is AJ Styles, whose deal ends in April, according to the Wrestling Observer. Pretty big deal here, folks. I don't know what else. They did mention Spike. I know Impact was on Spike, and Spike isn't even around anymore. It's the Paramount Network. So I can't see Paramount Network getting wrestling. It is a guy's channel. It's the same premise as Spike, but it's a guy's channel under a different name. None of the programming has really changed. It's the same shit that we used to see on Spike, but I don't see them getting into the wrestling business again. If it's bigger than Spike or more prestigious than Spike, what could it be? I'm either thinking TNT, TBS, that's been reported, maybe a possible ESPN. I don't know. Imagine that. Imagine AEW on ESPN on a Tuesday night, or AEW on TBS or TNT on a Tuesday night. It's got a nice ring to it, doesn't it? And this is not going to happen immediately. This is going to be a long, drawn-out process. WWE is moving SmackDown to Friday. I could see AEW getting a TV deal done in the summer and preparing their show for the fall. They're going to continue signing talents. This is going to happen by the fall. I honestly think that Tuesday Night Dynamite, the show that they had copyrighted, is going to happen in the fall. When SmackDown moves to Fox in October, I could see AEW around the same time, being on Tuesdays on a major network, around the same time, if not later, or early 2020. It's going to happen, folks. It's going to happen. This major TV deal This is a reason why Chris Jericho, remember, this is a reason why Jericho signed the most lucrative contract he's ever signed in his pro wrestling career. He stated, he wouldn't have signed with AEW unless they had a major TV deal under their belt. The reason he signed is because he knows exactly what's on the table, and when you see it, it's going to say, holy shit. Everybody's going to have that same holy shit feeling. And at that point, Jericho says, when everybody sees it and it's finally announced, people are going to be like, this is real. This is happening. And that's the reason why he signed. So if Jericho is publicly stating that already, and it's being reported that this is the biggest non-WWE deal since WCW, why is there any inkling of doubt on your end that this isn't real? Why do I constantly get people saying the AEW effect is fucking garbage? They're nothing but a glorified TV company, really? Man, glorified TV company shelling out major money for AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura-like contracts. I don't know. Glorified TV, they must be selling a lot of fucking t-shirts then. Speaking of signings, the Young Bucks surprised Pentagon Jr and Fenix with AEW offers. This is a major fucking deal. I love Pentagon and Fenix. I am actually calling a match with Pentagon and Fenix, the Lucha Bros, on Saturday's House of Glory show against LAX. I can't fucking wait, man. I'm going balls to the wall on commentary for that match. I can't fucking wait. Young Bucks are actually going and doing some rounds while they show up at indie events and keep the buzz going about All Elite Wrestling. I even tweeted at them. They asked, where should we show up next? My boss at House of Glory knows you guys. Why don't you come on in? So they dropped some pretty big hints on where they were going and what they were doing. They were in Atlanta for the Super Bowl. And Matt and Nick Jackson dropped in at the Come Hell or High Water event. They also had a pretty big invitation to offer. The Bucks showed up while Pentagon Jr and Fenix were in the ring, and they asked the Lucha Bros if they wanted to join AEW. The Bucks said that they didn't have a contract with them, but a handshake would do the job for now. This is an interesting situation because Fenix and Pentagon are still under Lucha Underground contracts. Season 5 is completely up in the air, and nobody seems to know what the idea is with that. Lucha Underground, it's being rumored that they're holding their contracts and their talent under hostage, which I don't know why they would. At this point, you might as well just end the fucking season because the wrestling world around Lucha Underground is revolving. Talent is being snatched up. Everybody's being signed to exclusive deals. There might not be anybody left for Lucha Underground to sign. Perhaps AEW could make some sort of arrangement to bring Pentagon and Fenix in. We will just have to wait and see what happens at the fan rally on February 7th, this Thursday. Pentagon Jr and Fenix are not allowed to sign full deals with AEW. Jericho mentioned that they were exclusive. This is not the case whatsoever. They are going to be working on AEW shows, but signing actual deals was denied. They are two of the people that Lucha Underground is still holding hostage under contract. In spite of their temporary hold, there is no shortage of momentum for the Lucha Bros. They did lose the MLW Tag Team titles, as Dave Meltzer noted on Wrestling Observer Radio. Once Pentagon and Fenix are allowed to sign a contract with another company, they will be making the most money that they've ever made in their entire lives. He says, and I quote, MLW is not giving them releases. When they finally get out of those contracts, Pentagon and Fenix are going to be very happy men when they get out of these contracts because everyone is going to want them. They're going to be rich. They're going to be richer than they ever believed they'd be when they were selling masks in front of Arena Mexico and dreaming to be pro wrestling, or to be in pro wrestling, and wanting to be like Rey Mysterio and Juventud Guerrera and all that. They're going to really do well in these negotiations no matter who they end up with. They're going to do really well, end quote. You never know who Pentagon and Fenix might sign with once they are allowed to ink a new deal. WWE has shown interest in the past, as well as every other promotion on the indies. Obviously, AEW wants them as well because the Young Bucks went to Atlanta just to offer them a deal during a surprise appearance. Lucha Underground just needs to release the Lucha Bros from their contracts already so that they can start making real money. That's not going to last long. Lucha Underground is pretty much done at this point. And like I mentioned, if Lucha Underground is going to be in limbo for Season 5 and the landscape of pro wrestling is vastly changing around them and everybody's being signed to exclusive deals, you know, they're not going to be allowed to show up on another program that has TV rights here in the United States So while they remain in limbo and everybody else is being signed up, there's not going to be anybody major name-wise that's going to be with Lucha Underground. So they just might as well let these guys do what they need to do. You cannot hold people hostage over something that you don't even know of. So I would not want to do that. I know Evilise has made it a public thing on social media as well that she's being held hostage. She wants to sign with somebody. She wants to go work and do what she loves. I don't see that being held up, that long, and that's going to be rectified eventually. But I believe Pentagon and Fenix will be at the AEW rally. They're not going to be exclusive. They are going to be on a per appearance basis. And the Young Bucks have stated that, you guys call yourself the best tag team in the world. Why don't you come and prove it in AEW? The Young Bucks versus the Lucha Bros? Take my money. Take my money. This is going to be a big deal, man. Everybody wanted these guys. They're two of the biggest free agents. Well, the biggest names. They're not free agents, but the biggest names on the indies. And I think a perfect home for them would be AEW. No question. Now, Chris Jericho took a shot at Pentagon and Fenix saying, stay the hell away. Jericho had something to say about the talents of Pentagon and Fenix and what they have to offer. He says that he heard they signed exclusive contracts with AEW. This is not the case. They are not exclusive. They are still with MLW, and I believe they have until the end of the year with MLW, and they will probably be on a per basis appearance, or they might have some sort of working relationship with MLW. We don't even know yet. It's in the working stages right now, the beginning stages of all this. But this is exciting, but it could be interesting to see what the Lucha Bros and their fate could be in other televised companies that they currently appear for, like MLW and Impact Wrestling. I know Impact Wrestling has offered the Lucha Bros double what their original offer was, but I don't know if Impact Wrestling is going to be their home. I don't know if they are going to want to remain loyal to Impact Wrestling. I think with AEW and the major TV deal that is looming, it makes no sense to stay with Impact Wrestling. And everybody has mentioned with AEW coming into play, Impact Wrestling is going to suffer the most because when, talents like Brian Cage and John Morrison, Jordan Grace, Tessa Blanchard, Sami Callihan, guys like that, when their contracts are up, are they going to want to remain with Impact? How long is a career with Impact Wrestling? I feel like you go to Impact Wrestling, it's more like a short vacation stay. Nobody stays there, especially now. It's not like it was back in the day where you could make a career out of it and stay there like a Samoa Joe or an AJ Styles for the longevity. It's more like you're staying there for a cup of coffee, get your feet wet, and then move on to something else. Establish a name there and then move on to something else. I don't see anybody being a lifer with Impact Wrestling. They're using that as a platform to build their brand and build their fucking character, and then they're going to move on to something like AEW that's going to give them a major platform on a major TV network with a huge spotlight. Impact Wrestling is going to suffer the most. And it's starting with Pentagon and Fenix. There's no reason for Pentagon and Fenix to stay with Impact Wrestling. What more can they do? What more could they do? They're going to tag team title shot on Friday's show. Whether they win that or not, I don't know. But if they win the tag team titles, where do they go from there? How many matches with LAX could they possibly have? Who else is going to be set up to take down a team like Pentagon and Fenix? Nobody. Like, they win the tag team titles. Say they win the tag team titles. Well, they're at the top of the mountain. There's nowhere else for them to go. Wasn't Pentagon Impact World Champion? The guy's literally done everything there. What else is there for him to do there? Nothing. So AEW is clearly the best destination for both Pentagon and Fenix. Jericho tweeted out, just heard that Pentagon and Fenix have signed exclusively, not the case, with AEW. Everybody is so excited, except me. Both are pale comparisons to my mentors, and I want you to stay the hell away from me. End quote. It's funny how Jericho added that they should stay the hell away from him. Sounds like Pentagon Jr Fenix might have to show Y2J what they could do once they are under the same roof. Remember, Pentagon and Kenny Omega actually had a match at All In. Great fucking match. One of the best matches of the year. And Jericho actually attacked Kenny Omega after the match wearing Pentagon face paint and a Pentagon costume. And, they could certainly play off that. It might have been a little inside thing, but a Pentagon Jr. Chris Jericho feud in AEW, man, I'm down for that. I'm absolutely down for that. I can't wait to see how this develops, and I'm looking forward to possibly seeing them at the fan rally on Thursday, man. That's a huge fucking deal. And if that is the case, and they are on the AEW roster, and they announce Omega, like I mentioned, man, they got a roster better than Monday Night Raw right now, and a roster that needs to be taken seriously. Enough of this, AEW is a glorified t-shirt company. After Thursday, we'll know a lot more, and after Thursday, I think a lot more people are going to be taking AEW seriously heading into Double or Nothing, man. So that is all I got as far as AEW news, man. I will continue to keep you guys updated on AEW. I also got news on Luke Harper possibly joining All Elite Wrestling. Do they have any plans for WrestleMania weekend? So we'll talk about that in the coming days as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. If you did, hit that thumbs up, and I will see you all right back here with more AEW news right here on Off the Script. Like I said, hit that thumbs up. Go get your t-shirts, man. The new shirt is available. JD's Elite, now available on Bonfire.com. Link is down in the description below. Make sure you guys go check out all the other videos that I posted this past week. If you guys missed any of that, links will be in the annotation. And follow me on social media, man. JD from NY206 on both Twitter and Instagram. And hit that subscribe button to keep up to date on all the latest breaking All Elite Wrestling news right here on the channel, man. Thank you guys so very much, and I will see you all back here with more content during the week. I'll talk to you all later.